Third phase.
The overwhelming response that we just had at Third Phase of Moon over the past 24 hours has been incredible due to the nature of videos and photographs that we just put out. But right now, we have some new evidence, and let me tell you, we're not going to let this go. We're going to keep it up as long as we can right here at Third Phase of Moon because the evidence compiles upon itself. What are we looking at right now? The Secret Space Force in action over 100 years ago. Here's the new footage coming in from people via Facebook and Instagram that reached out to us, said there's more footage out there due to the coelacanth video. Is this part of the coelacanth project? I'm not exactly sure, but let's just roll the videos right now because they're astonishing to look at. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, we're breaking it down, and you know what? They can't stop all of us, so we're going to keep this up. We're going to claim fair use on this, and we're not going to shut it down. So we're going to commentate on everything that happens here, and let's take a look at what's going down.
So the footage that we're looking at, and we've only had a short time to look at, is some ships that are hovering over some of the planets that we know of in our solar system, from the moon to Mars to Jupiter. And what we're looking at definitely isn't part of the space program that we're aware of. And the authentic footage is incredible to even fathom if this is real legit footage, because what we're looking at looks to be just about 100 to 150 miles above the surface of Mars, and some kind of craft, and you can see that somebody's filming within a ship and looking outside. And what we're looking at defies what the history books is telling us right now.
Yeah, everything matches up here. You can tell somebody's shooting within a portal, a cabin of some sort of a spaceship. And what are they looking at? Some sort of orbiting spacecraft above Mars. It's compelling footage. Some of these portals, if you remember back in the early Apollo missions, they're no larger than maybe 6 to 8 inches. They're quite small. And to get this vantage point, I do see reflection of even dust particles upon the lens of this portal. Look at that.
Did you see that? Like, there's this thrust from underneath the craft.
We're gonna have to take a closer look at that.
Like CGI to me. This, I don't know. Is this more of the coelacanth footage? And what the heck is this ship? It seems that we're looking at something that is unprecedented. And again, we're not gonna take any of this anymore. We're gonna keep this video up. Let's just roll it a little bit longer here.
What I like about this is, comparatively to the footage just recently, could these be the 8,000 images that were being talked about that was on USB disk? Is this just a beginning of disclosure yet to come?
So apparently what's happening in this video, it's called the shuttle. And is this some kind of shuttle that is being shown here? You can see inside the ship itself, and it's looking out, and to see the smudges.
Yeah, it makes it all more fascinating. Here's a good close-up of it, and look at it as it rotates. We get to look at it, and it seems huge. It looks almost like a draconian ship. It's hard telling. Could there be a war of what's going on, or is this some sort of docking procedure? What are we looking at?
Well, one thing I'm looking at really close is I could see the smudges on the glass itself, and the way it moves in correlation, I see no trickery whatsoever. I think whatever we're looking at was shot on whatever camera this was shot off, whether it's film, Super 8, 60 millimeter, Super VHS. I'm not exactly sure what time period this was taken, but obviously we've never been to these planets to capture footage like this besides satellites, and it looks like this footage is being handheld from within some kind of craft.
If people were thinking the space program is not legit, could this lead to speculation that what's going on and what's been going on over possibly the past 100 years?
Look at this, Brent. It seems like when the camera pulls over, there's like shadows moving within the craters themselves.
It seems like, look at the same object. First, I do believe that was on the moon, and now we're looking over Mars, I believe. This thing could have jumped from the moon to Mars. Who knows when the timeline is, but it's fascinating to see the same craft in different parts of our solar system.
Yeah, this is the whole plan by NASA and Elon Musk is to start on the moon and then get ourselves to Mars. But it seems like we've already done this, and it seems like it's been done a long time ago.
Again, we're going to break it down, and you know what? We're going to have to throw it out there. Could this just be a Hollywood production? Like I said in the previous video that got deleted, I did mention that this did look like George Lucas, ILM effects back in the 70s and 80s. Could this be a leaked video from Hollywood itself, just showing old technology of techniques?
Yeah, but I'm looking at this and I see no deception whatsoever. You can tell whatever we're looking at seems to be what we're looking at. There's no CGI. I don't see any blurs around the edges. The consistency with the panel itself, and you can see the specks on the shield of within the craft, the moon craters, the way it moves.
Look at that. It looked like somebody was in the cockpit that pulled out, and here we go with another Saturn image, and look at the dust particles on the windshield of the spacecraft through the portal. What in the world is that? That thing's huge. And again, there goes those sprays of
ice particles coming off from the thruster from beneath the craft, maybe trying to position to dock with whatever we're looking at. Whatever it is, it seems otherworldly. Is this the smoking gun footage? I'm not exactly sure.
Let's pull up a little bit of that
as we look at this.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty excited here. And again, we're not shutting this video down. We're going to keep it up as long as it's going to stay on the channel. We're not going to let it go. I want to look at those particles again. Blake, can you pull up that video of that particular thrust of whatever propulsion was coming off the craft? We've seen this in NASA. We've seen it on Elon Musk rockets that position itself before docking.
Absolutely.
And this lends to credibility here. That is really interesting.
This sequence in this video really does indicate, in my opinion, that this isn't CGI. It's pretty much impossible. If you can see the craft from within, and then
wow,
this looks exactly like what we see when Elon Musk ejects its second stage or third stage or fourth stage, and the ice particles that release off of it. It's incredible here.
Yeah, it's a vacuum of space, and with thrusters, basically they're creating ice particles that are upon its engine, and once they ignite it, they'll release and melt and scatter throughout space. People think sometimes that these are UFOs, but it's a clear evidence of thruster propulsion from the spacecraft itself.
And then we have the shuttle craft, and this definitely looks like some kind of transport system, bulky. It might be the supply ship, or it might be docking around to the craft to get it supplies or whatever it is. We want to know what the person who shot this thinks. That's the whole idea. Who shot this? Where is this coming from? Is this even from NASA?
Could the person even be alive? You might even have to talk to a son or a grandson of somebody that captured this, if it is indeed 100 years old.
Here's my question. Is this possibly maybe captured by an alien versus our own government's space programs from Russia to China to the US? Is this something that's extraterrestrial in origin and has nothing to do with us?
Yeah, again, you brought up the point that these earlier images that was earlier shut down on third phase, now we're accumulating more evidence, and it seems to be coming in more rapid. I've seen videos being posted in the past 24 hours of the coelacanth video. Could this be more a tribute to that evidence? And these are more compelling than even what we deleted 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. Now we have footage that, in my opinion, blows the coelacanth videos that were just released within the past 24 to 48 hours. And now we have this, in my opinion, could be the real deal. What we're looking at it's hard to say, but when we're analyzing it, and we've analyzed these videos over the past hour, we're seeing no deception whatsoever.
Look at the smudge marks. Everything's match up. I remember making comment to the other video. Some of the lens flares didn't match up. Everything is what we're seeing with shadows casted and within this portal is attributed to evidence that is.
People are starting to give comments already as we are uploading this. We shared it to some friends to get their opinions, and right now they're saying this. They don't see any deception. They had some questions about the coelacanth videos and photographs, but this somehow seems that it's standing out above and beyond what we just released 38 hours ago. Is this the breaking news that everybody's been waiting for, Brent? Go ahead.
It almost seems like a competition of disclosure of what's going on.
I think what happened within the past 48 hours is somebody out there saw the coelacanth video, what we posted up on Third Phase of Moon, and they were just frankly pissed that we had to take it down, and more information just kind of hit the internet via Facebook and Instagram and other outlets, and people said, here's the incredible videos that nobody's seen. And I think this is the first time being seen on YouTube, and we're going to keep it up as long as we can. We're not going to take this down no matter what anybody says. This is what we need to share right now.
Is that docking with the moon? It's hard to tell. It seems like there's a lot of activity going on, and wherever these videos are coming from, keep them coming. And that's what Third Phase of Moon is here for, is to share it. And again, like we said, it was unfortunate we're forced to let go of that last video, but I think a lot of people saw it, and I think these are more compelling. Could these be that, like I said again, 8,000 videos and photos? Could this just be the biggest leak that we've all been waiting for?
Yep, versus these 10-second or 6-second clips. We have the clips that we're looking at right now that extend for at least sometimes 20 seconds to 45 seconds a piece. So the evidence is solid, in my opinion, on what we're looking at. But you never know. The CGI and these people out there getting really good at what they're doing, but we'll have to find out, and we'll wait and see what happens. And we're thankful for everybody out there that's been following Third Phase of Moon over the past 48 hours, and the support, everybody wanting to get the information out. And I think we accomplished what was set out to be, to get this information out, and that's exactly what happened. This is astonishing footage, and we're so happy to share it with you. Share it with your friends and tell them something's going on. The Space Force program is real. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Stay tuned. More videos coming up. We'll see you again next time. Thanks, Brent.